Well, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. So let's get open for business here and let's wake up the football gods. Wake up, guys. Man, I am happy as can be today. Today, today. It's like a game day. Well, we're talking about practice, not a game now, but we're talking about practice. We have the blue and white scrimmage this evening, 6 o'clock Eastern time, 5 o'clock Central, of course. And E2 Blue should be in the house with me today. We're going to be trying and showing you guys something new. So, I'm constantly working and trying to evolve and do things that are a little bit different than what you see everywhere else. And today, hopefully, I can get all this stuff together. I got a lot of work. I got a lot of work to do, especially I got to go get me some chicken wings. I'm going to go get me a 40-pound box of chicken wings from Restaurant Depot. I'm not cooking them all today. I'm not. I'm just going to cook about 10 pounds of them. But we're going to be eating some chicken wings. We're going to be following along with the blue and white scrimmage and kind of see what we're seeing. This is really going to be the only chance between now and the next 2 weeks of what our team really is going to look like in game situation. There's no preseason games. And this game is going to be important because a lot of guys that are on the bubble, and we have a lot of competition where we're going to be letting go some guys that could actually be playing elsewhere. This team is truly loaded. We have a lot of stuff. I want you to think about, with our defensive line, we're not keeping everybody. I mean, we've got Alden Smith, we got, Marcus Lawrence, we got Tyrone Crawford, we got Bradley Ain has been showing up, we've got Alden Smith, we've got Dante, we got who am I missing in here? Gallimore, as well as others. You're probably not going to keep more than 8 defensive linemen. So some of these guys that are battling it out are really battling it out, and this may be the last chance for them to impress the coaching staff. This will be actually as close to game situation that they're going to have before they play against the Rams. I mean, they're doing practice, but they're not going to be fully tackling the quarterback and the running backs to the ground. But this is about as live as it's going to get, and it's going to be great to be able to see this tonight here. So I can't wait. I think our Dallas Cowboys have done pretty much everything they could have this offseason to make this team the best team possible. I think the chemistry that's kind of come along with this team has been phenomenal. You see that they're almost like a band of brothers that are in here that, the older guys are mentoring the young guys, and even guys that just got here are so excited about being here. Emerson Griffin, I forgot Emerson Griffin in there as well. Emerson Griffin seems like he's rejuvenated to be here, and you're looking at these guys that hopefully will have an impact positively on guys like Tristan Hill, that will instill work ethic in Gallimore and get these guys ready to roll because in the end, everybody's going to be playing significant minutes. I'm excited about the offense. We're seeing more play action and we're seeing more of moving the pocket. The offense and defense for the Cowboys have been very much simplified. And during the 90s, the Cowboys could do that because you had a Larry Allen. It didn't matter if the guy across the way knew where the ball was coming because Larry Allen was still going to throw your ass and the next guy out the way. And that philosophy carried through. And we ended up having a lot of talent. But sometimes you get teams that were less talented than we were that were able to come in and trick us to get us in better position to figure out the ins and out. There's things like hidden yardage, okay? You got to understand down and distance and when it's better to take a chance on a fourth down and when it's better to go ahead and punt or just take a few yards to make it in a better position to be able to punt the football. These things may not seem like you or things you don't really notice, but collectively, when you add up a couple yards here and a couple yards there, those things become game changers. Taking the football away, something we have not been able to do since 2014. I feel like what's happening with Al Harris and this defense is they're going to be aggressive. They're going to be challenging the receivers. They're not going to be putting out, 10-yard cushions for wide receivers, letting them get a free rein to get started making their moves. They're going to go up and punch a guy in the face that first 5 yards, try and get him off his route, mess up the timing. And they're going to be tight in coverage trying to get the football. All of these things are markedly going to make this team a better team. And I can't wait. I literally, Mike, 2 weeks, 2 weeks from today, and 2 weeks from today, and 3 hours, we'll be watching the Eagles versus the Giants, right? No, Redskins.
Giants play Monday night
Is
against
it
the Steelers.
Redskins Eagles? No.
Giants play Monday night against the Steelers.
Who the Eagles play? It's Redskins, right? Yeah. Eagles Redskins at 1 o'clock. And then we got Giants. Oh,
Giants Eagles next week.
you mean the week after?
Yeah, I said next the following week.
Okay. All
I
right.
think I'm not sure.
So yeah, and that's where I got to make sure I got my shit together. When we come in this afternoon, and I just hope I can get it together because I'm technology challenged. Um, One final thought: Earl Thomas. It's been a week. It's been a week. There's 2 weeks left to the season. If somebody signs Earl Thomas today, the soonest he could be on the field would be Wednesday, which means that you're only talking about a week and a half of time to get ready. I'm beginning to think that Earl Thomas is not going to get signed. As crazy as that sounds, Earl Thomas, I would have thought by now some teams would have jumped at the opportunity to sign a guy of his caliber and his talent. But I just think that this offseason has been to the point where, after seeing Antonio Brown and all the stuff that's happened with him, that all of a sudden teams are kind of like, we're better off without it, because you saw Antonio Brown literally go from the Steelers and mess their situation up to the Raiders and mess that situation up, and then on to have a cup of coffee with New England. Didn't mess them up, but certainly didn't help them the way that they thought they would have. And I think after Earl Thomas not being able to get along in Seattle with a winning organization, a team that every year was going to the playoffs and had won Super Bowl with them, with a defensive minded team, that if they were unable to get along, and then for him to go to Baltimore, which is another defensive minded, team player friendly organization, and to not only have the fight but to hear all the other stuff, I think teams are just kind of like, nah, we're good. And maybe it'll end up being that Earl Thomas is going to be sitting out. Again, when Cleveland lost their safety, I thought, okay, Cleveland, pick up the phone. The Dallas Cowboys had interest before. You figured that they'd pick up the phone. San Francisco, they could have used him. Figured they would have picked up the phone. They've got Super Bowl aspirations again. But yet, nobody has. And it may be drama is just too much, and teams are just going to stay away from him. We'll have to wait and see, but at this point, it's not much time to get him up to speed. All right, y'all. I'm going to get to work. Got to go to Restaurant Depot, get my wings, got to get my stuff set up, make sure everything is working right, because, hey, we can't mess up. We can't mess up. We got to have our shit together. And that I plan on doing. I'll see you guys later.